Hi, I'm Palvi and I run Adelaide in Prospect. We started off as a mobile paint and sip studio where we used to collaborate with different bars and cafes across South Australia. And soon we found the need of getting a physical studio. That's where we got this beautiful space and we turned it into as bright and as colorful as we could. Painting brings a lot of joy to me. That's because I can create something of my own. It helps me to express my feelings and my thoughts through different textures, through different colors, and yeah, it just helps me express my feelings and my thoughts. I really love how my passion for painting allows me to connect with all type of people. It is so rewarding to see people getting lost in the process and disconnect from their usual life, usual worries, and just be in the moment for those 2 hours. Paint and sip events are for everyone and with any artistic abilities, I would say. It also is suitable for any age group. We also encourage everyone to bring in their favorite drinks along. Because if you have wine or any other drinks, it just kind of helps you to ease in a bit and be easy on yourself. So it just gets the fun along with some creativity. When I paint my original artworks is totally different than what I would follow when I'm teaching a class, like a paint and sip class. That's because when I'm doing my original artworks, I do not think that I have to communicate any of the steps or the concept to anyone. I'm just into the flow and doing my own thing. But when I do teach the paint and sip events, I usually prep for it. I find out the steps which are easier to communicate so people can understand what I'm saying when I say use this color or this stroke. So it is more organized and it is made in a way that it's simple to understand. And to make these paint and sip events really achievable and fun, what we do is we divide the whole painting process into some really simple steps. And by the end of the painting process, everyone sees and are very surprised with what they have created. With the same amount of art supplies and the guidelines, everyone creates a very, very unique art piece as we encourage them to keep adding their own color schemes and to keep adding their own flair to their painting. Teaching has immensely helped my confidence because throughout my journey I have taught so many different kind of people from across different backgrounds and age groups. It has also made me more passionate about art because I have seen everyone just getting lost in the whole process, and there have been so many instances when they have come back to me to say that they are going to get back to art. So I think that's what has gotten me more passionate about it.
My name is Luca Veklu and I am a tattoo artist. I do work out of my own private studio, which involves drawing up custom and flash designs out of home and booking my own clients through social media. I decided to go into tattooing as it was something that allowed me to be creatively free. It's something that you can do your own art and get paid for it. And yeah, it gives you that creative freedom. I've always been passionate about making my own art. I grew up in a really creative family, so I've always been around it. And I think in high school is when I really started drawing a lot more. My path into tattooing involved getting a degree. So I studied illustration and animation for 3 years. And in my final year, I looked for an apprenticeship at the same time. I did combine tattooing with my degree in the final year. So I did an animatic tattoo project in which I had 24 frames, which were 24 tattoos, which I did on 24 different people, one of them being myself. I got my first tattoo when I was 19, and it was this snail on the back of my arm, which is a drawing I did when I was 15. This one on my upper arm is the album that my cat was named after. I have a few matching with my dad and one matching with my brother. I do have people come to me for meaningful tattoos, whether that's just taking flash designs I've done and modifying it to fit an idea that they have, or if it's siblings and family members coming in and getting matching tattoos. I've also got to tattoo my dad and my brother and my stepmom, which I would say is quite meaningful too. Flash designs are pre-drawn designs that I do. Lots of like smaller designs that people can pick from, so that they don't have to they don't have to come up with the idea, they can just choose one of mine, which is good for everybody. Advice I give to people when they're getting their first tattoo is that it's not as scary as people make it out to be, and it's also not as serious. I think a lot of people put a lot of pressure on the first tattoo, but after that, it's very easy to get more.
Getting the tattoo feels alright. It's kind of not much more painful than getting a paper cut or something. I was a little worried about it before starting, but Luca's made me feel really comfortable. Very excited to have the tattoo.
I am just at the beginning of my tattoo artistry journey. I hope that the future holds a lot of travel. I would love to be able to visit other countries and do guest spots at studios that I haven't been to before. I think that would be really cool. And yeah, just meet new cool people. The most rewarding thing I get out of doing this job is definitely just the fact that I have people that are willing to get the designs that I've drawn on them forever. It's really amazing that I can just do silly drawings and people, yeah, will carry it around for the rest of their lives. That's so cool.
Hi, I'm Ange Kidman from Kidman Flower Company. Welcome. Our business is all about native flowers, Australian and African species. I'd say that my inspiration for working in this business started nearly 30 years ago when we were working on my father's potato farm, and there just happened to be a very large area of Geraldton wax growing on that farm out in the Mallee, about 3 hours from here. The most rewarding thing about growing native flowers, I'd say, is that you can totally make someone's day by just handing them a beautiful armful of gorgeousness. I love being out in nature and I love handling beautiful fresh produce. The other amazing thing is that I've been able to teach my boys what's involved in running a business. Our customers can walk away knowing that they've just bought a super fresh product that's also sustainably grown, and that they've supported a local business who support and employ local people. People often ask me how I managed to work side by side with my husband, and we've been doing this together for the last 30 years. I guess we always have one another's backs and we're very supportive to one another, which is pretty amazing in business, if you can do that. The process of getting the flowers to the consumers is to simplify things. We actually begin by harvesting them all by hand with secateurs. And then the first process is to have them put through a sorting machine, which uses little laser eyes, and it sorts the product to different lengths. And then we take them out of that machine to the bunching machine, which cuts the stems to length, strips the leaves off the lower half of the stem, and then ties them with an elastic tie. We then pack them into boxes, large flower boxes, and they go off to the florist in those boxes. We also sell our flowers shed door, and we also do private workshops where we educate people about growing native flowers and the beauty of them and all the virtues of them.